Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. We are here in San Antonio, Texas at the 2023 Kia Telluride Media Drive event. And we are showcasing two brand new Telluride trims, the X-Line and the XPro. Behind me, I have the XPro version, which is the most rugged, off-roading capable Telluride yet. And this video is all about showing you the upgrades for 23 and what makes this XPro so special. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I review cars for moms and for families. I'm a mom of two, almost three, and a certified child passenger safety technician. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and comment below about which other mom cars you want to see. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's start by taking a look at the color. This is a Midnight Lake Blue and it is new for 2023. They're also bringing two additional colors, a Jungle Green and a Dawning Red. Kia Telluride has some beautiful colors. I definitely think outside, the whole Kia lineup, they think outside the box. This is probably one of my favorite shades of blue I've ever seen on a car. I love it, and I especially love it equipped with this XPro package. So let's break down some of those differences. On the 23, and especially in the XPro, we have a new textured grille that looks beautiful. It's very 3D, it's very aggressive. We come over here, we're met with our now standard LED headlights across the Telluride lineup. Now they did remove for 23, which has been a little controversial, are those amber daytime running lights that you see on the old models. I was never a huge fan, so I actually like the cleaner look, but I know a lot of people miss them, so that is something to note. That is new for 23, no more amber daytime running lights. We also have a completely new front fascia right here. We have some beautiful paint colors, some fake chrome, some black plastic, just to really kind of give it some nice rugged feels. We also have some additional ground clearance on the XPro and the X-Line, 8.4 inches of ground clearance to kind of give you a little bit more, you know, clearance for off-roading. We're at a ranch in San Antonio. We are about to go off-roading. There's animals everywhere. So if you see, moving along to the side profile, the first thing you're going to see exclusive to the XPro trim level are these 18-inch rims and 18-inch Continental tires. A very nicely equipped off-roading tire, a little bit smaller rims to give everything a little bit, some meat to it so it can climb over rocks, crush rocks, do whatever it needs to do. And then we move on to the rest of the Telluride body style. We do have some body color door handles, which look nice, and then some raised roof rails as well on the X-Line and the XPro trim level. We've also done an entire X-Line tour that'll also be on the channel. So the X-Line has replaced the Nightfall. So if you're looking for a Nightfall Telluride, they're not doing it for 23. Now you get an X-Line. If you want a little bit more, you get the XPro. So this specific vehicle is an SX Prestige XPro all-wheel drive. It is top of the line, has an MSRP of $55,160. Basically the most expensive equipped Telluride you could possibly get. So I'll show you everything you get on the inside with that. Just also note for the 23 Tellurides, they have raised the starting prices on all of their trim levels. They've raised the starting price by almost about $2,000. So hopefully we see less dealer markup as inventory gets better to kind of help offset some of those prices. But the prices have raised. They have included more safety and tech features with those increased prices. I'll be sure to point those out throughout the tour. For example, like the LED headlights, those are standard across the Telluride lineup right now. So they are trying to justify the price point a little bit. I do still think the Telluride is a good value for what you're getting, especially when it comes to the technology and safety features that are standard. Okay, so anyway, new back end of the Telluride. Big changes back here is we have a completely new headlight design and this kind of angular headlights right here. A little bit of texture inside the headlight casing looks really nice. Telluride spelled out here, Kia, and then of course we have XPro or X-Line badging depending on which one you're getting. So back end looks beautiful. Let's move into the interior and we'll start breaking down some of the safety and technology features. Let's start by breaking down the door panel and check out this beautiful terracotta leather that is found in this car. I think it's such a beautiful combination and something a little unique. We're also met with Harman Kardon sound system throughout the Telluride, which is a great sound system, actually the same one found in the BMW lineup. So that is quite impressive. Side cubbies are okay. I mean, they fit like a Fiji water bottle. I'm not even gonna like bring the Stanley out yet. A little narrow, but they are still there. Okay, so new for 2023, we have a 12.3 inch dash met with a 12.3 inch display, all curved together to look like one large dash. I mean, talk about high end. Everything is completely digitalized, which is beautiful. And on top of these great displays, the heads-up display in this vehicle is probably one of the best heads-up displays I've ever seen. Not only is it full color, it's so user-friendly without being distracting and shows all the pertinent information. It shows me things like my speed limit, how fast I'm going, what my cruise control is set to, where I go for navigation, incoming phone calls, and it even has a little bit of like a virtual reality aspect to it. So as I'm driving along, it will like use little cubes to I guess, represent vehicles that are in front of me and to the sides of me. And as I move forward, the cubes start to pass me. And then once they're behind me, then it alerts me that now they're in my blind spot. It'll even pop up things like tell me when I'm in a school zone or when there's a pedestrian crossing. I'm just super impressed with how comprehensive that heads-up display is. I'm honestly very excited about it. Our display, I love the Kia display. I find it incredibly user-friendly. We still don't have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but we do have those features just with a USB, so something to note. But we have the great features that we love, like passenger talk, quiet mode, sounds of nature, a great navigation system. That is honestly incredibly user-friendly. We used it on the way here and I actually really enjoyed it. Some other things that are new for 23 is we have a rear view camera. So this is a feature that I love, especially for families or those carrying passengers, because if you have people in that third row, it can kind of start to obstruct your visibility. So with the rear view camera, I just hit that tab and now I have an uninterrupted view of what's behind me. You can drive like this. You could just have it on for parking. I think that that's incredible. Okay, moving down here, we have all of our climate control. Very easily pull out of the display. I actually like how nice and large these buttons are compared to some of the other cars. Everything's easy to find. Heated steering wheel here, heated seats and ventilated seats. And then we move down here to a wireless charger that they're telling us is upgraded for 2023, which is exciting. They say it's twice as fast. A 12-volt, a USB for our Apple CarPlay, and a USB-C as well. Some nice cubby spaces, like a perfect place for a key or a lip gloss, and then 2 cup holders which fit the Stanley Cup very nicely. We also have all of our driving modes right here, our parking sensors, a front camera, auto hold, and our auto start stop. Okay, inside here we actually have a really nice size center console with an additional USB-C, a little organizational tray right here. So in total with the way that this XPro is equipped, we're looking at 6 USB-Cs, 2 in each row, which is very exciting, especially for those second and third rows passengers. So let's hop back to the second and third row and talk about some of the comfort features found back there. I have this seat set for myself at about 6 feet tall. Lovely knee clearance. I also love that these seats are on track, so you can slide them all the way back or somewhere in the middle or all the way forward to accommodate for the second or third row depending on who needs more room. So they're pushed all the way back, ample amount of space. We also have leather pockets on both sides and little hooks right here for like a purse or a shopping bag, which is kind of a nice touch. One of my favorite features is that we have USB-Cs in the back of the seat, which makes it so much easier for charging while also still using your device. When they're all the way down here, sometimes they aren't always reaching to you, so I think that is a genius use of the space. Another interesting thing about the Telluride is all of our climate control is up here, again, instead of down there. We also have ceiling vents, which are amazing in both the second and the third row, a suede headliner, which I'm a big suede headliner fan. People are either hit or miss about them. And then a pano sunroof in the second and like halfway into the third row as well. We have sunshades and cup holders. We also have heated and ventilated seats in the second row, which is a feature honestly only found on like luxury cars. The ventilated seats, at least heated seats are pretty standard across like higher trim levels, but to have ventilated seats in the second row is pretty freaking exciting. So that's the second row, super comfortable, good for adult passengers. Now you're probably wondering about the car seat setup. We unfortunately could not bring car seats all the way from St. Louis to San Antonio, but I have done a very in-depth car seat tour of a Telluride where I talk about every combination that I would do, what happens in the third row, what happens in the second row. So we will leave a link to that tour below. It is a 2022, but nothing from a car seat setup has changed in the 23 model, so that 22 tour is absolutely still applicable. Okay, let's talk a little bit about third row access. Now the Telluride does not have the car seat friendly tilt. However, they do actually have pretty good third row access. If you're not going to have a tilt, like this is what I would prefer. So there's 2 different ways you can access the third row. This button down here or this button at the top. So whether you're an adult trying to access the third row or a child, you reach which one's closest to you. You hit the button at the top, the seat slides forward, the seat reclines forward and then slides, and then you have some really nice room. Like I'm like going on 7 months pregnant and like I'm going to have no problem getting back here. Look at this head clearance. For a third row, it's really good. The Telluride has some of the best in class second and third row legroom, which is excellent. It actually, for not being like the largest of the Mrs. SUVs, they do a good job accommodating the legroom. Again, I love that these seats are on track, so it's very easy to move forward or backward to accommodate some more space. So let's start moving it all the way. That's like halfway back. I mean like ample legroom. This is with the seat moved all the way back. Still not even pressed up against it. So great third row legroom. As far as my amenities are concerned in the third row, ceiling vents, love, lights, 2 cup holders, and a USB-C. Now, Kia loves to advertise this as a 7-passenger car, an 8-passenger with the bench. Hate to break it to you guys, it's not an 8-passenger car, not even a 7-passenger car with the captain's chairs. This middle seat See, this is what none of the other car reviewers do. No one else wants to get this out of the ceiling. Okay, anyway, these two seats are great, pretty spacious. The middle seat's a joke, pretend it doesn't exist. This is a 6-passenger car, okay? Okay, let's look at the trunk. So here's what our trunk looks like. Again, if you guys are wondering about the tether anchors, lower anchors, there's some gossip to talk about. Check out my other tour. This is the trunk space with the third row up. These seats, super easy to put back down. I just like sometimes love not a power moment. You know what I mean? Like this is just so much easier than like waiting for a seat to waiting for a seat to go down. Now we have some wonderful cargo space. You can lay those second row seats flat from back here as well. And we have some additional storage in the trunk here and a place to store our cargo cover, which is fabulous. Also in the XPro, we do get an additional outlet back here, you know, for like your off-roading things or your crock pot or like your killer trunk or treat setup. Like, who knows? Power tailgate, and then we also have a hands-free tailgate available as well, which is like that, you know, if your hands are full, you do the little kicking motion, it can open and close, which is pretty nice. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this tour of the 2023 Kia Telluride XPro. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below about which vehicle you want to see next, and I'll see you next time.